Hello student, this is Niaz Ahmed Khan of DAV Public School CCL Greedy. In this video we are going to discuss about electric field lines. What is electric field lines? These are the imaginary lines drawn around a distribution of charge. The tangent to these lines will give the direction of electric field at that point. Actually it is the pictorial representation of the electric field, unseen electric field. Suppose this is the charge, you cannot see the electric field around it, but using these electric field lines we will be able to see the field around this charge. Who introduced this concept? It is Michael Faraday who introduced the concept of electric field lines. What happens? Suppose that here is a charge, it has an electric field around itself, and there are number of lines drawn to visualize that electric field. And if I draw a tangent at this point, this gives the direction of the electric field at that point. Similarly, if we need to find the direction of electric field here and the lines is already drawn for the electric field, just draw a tangent at this point. This gives the direction of the electric field intensity. Now we are going to draw electric field lines around various kind of charge distribution. For example, suppose that I have a positive charge and negative charge and two positive charges or two negative charges. For this, you know that in electrostatic the trace charge we always take is positive 1 coulomb charge. So suppose that, or a very small positive trace charge. If I take a positive trace charge here, how this charge will experience the force? It will be repulsive in this direction. The same trace charge if I place here, it will experience a force in this direction. If it is placed here, it experiences in this direction. So we become able to draw the electric field lines around, and these lines along which this positive charge has moved gives the direction one electric field lines. There would be infinite number of electric field lines around this positive charge. For negative charge, again we take our trace positive charge here. How this charge will move in this region? Actually, this positive charge will move in this line toward the negative charge, because it will experience a positive force, attractive force. Similarly, if I place here, it will be moving in this line and in this line. For this, in this line. So easily you can draw the electric field lines around a given charge or charge distribution. But you have to take a positive trace charge. The force experienced by this positive trace charge will be representing with the arrowhead given to these lines. Now here is we have taken two positive charge. What will happen? Suppose that I have taken a positive trace charge here. If this charge is not present here, it will be repelling this away. But it is already existing here, so this will represent a force, will put a repulsive force in this direction, and this will put a repulsive force in this direction. So neither it is going to move in this direction nor in this direction. So it will take a different path. So this will be the direction of electric field lines. Again, if this charge is taken here, it will be moving like this. If this charge has been taken here, it will be moving in this direction and in this direction. Similar way, if I have taken this positive charge here, it will be moving. Easily you can draw. If the positive charge is taken here, it will be moving straight in this direction, and later on it will be from a large distance, it can move to this end. So it will be like this. If we have to draw electric field lines for these two negative charges of equal magnitude, keep it in mind this will be on perpendicular bisector if both the charges are of equal amount. I have taken here the two charges are of equal amount. So and I have given a positive test charge here. It will be attracted by both of them, but it will move toward that one which has a stronger force on it. So it will be moving like this. But if this charge is placed here, it will be moving in this direction. It will be attractive. It will be toward the charge. Similarly, just check out the force experienced by the positive test charge. You will be able to draw the lines. You will be able to draw the lines. Now for two equal charges, one is positive and another is negative. If I take a positive test charge here, it will be repelling and it will be attracting. So line will move from here to here. That line will be along the movement of the positive charge. If I place that positive charge here, it will be moving. It will be repelled by this one, but it will be attracted by the negative charge. So it will follow a path like this. Similarly, this. But what will happen, how we will draw the electric field lines if the charges are of different magnitude? Suppose that this one has a positive charge of large magnitude and here is this positive charge of small magnitude. Then the effect of this force will be more up to more distance. So here, now the lines you have to draw like this. Since the charges are positive, so the electric lines must be moving away. This way. Finally, we came to know how to draw electric field lines. Now let us discuss the properties of electric field lines. The first property we have already seen. Electric field lines always originate from a positive charge and terminates at negative charge. That we have already discussed. Positive charge, then electric field lines will be moving away. That is, it seems that electric field lines are being originated from positive charge, and if it is negative, the electric field lines seems to be coming from infinity and terminating at the negative charge and negative charge. Second property of electric field lines is tangent drawn at any point. It is already mentioned in the definition of electric field lines. So tangent drawn at any point of electric field lines gives the direction of electric field at that point. Suppose that we have some electric field lines here. So I need to find out the direction of electric field at this point. We'll then draw a tangent. This is the lines. So tangent will be drawn. Will have an arrowhead in the direction of the arrow of electric field lines. So at this point, direction of electric field will be this one. But at this point, the tangent will be in this direction. Again, it follows the direction of the arrowhead of this line. So the direction of electric field. Because we could draw a tangent like this. We could put an arrow here, but this is wrong. We have to put that arrow on that tangent in the direction of the arrow of the electric field lines. Third property of electric field lines is no two lines can intersect each other. That means two lines cannot cross over each other, because if they intersect, at the point of intersection there will be two tangents showing two directions, which is not possible. Suppose that here are two lines intersecting each other, one line from one source of charges and another line, and they are intersecting. At this point, the value of electric field intensity will be same, but we will be able to draw two tangent at this point showing one direction and another. So for the same electric field, two direction is not possible. Fourth property of electric field lines, density of electric field lines per unit area gives the magnitude of electric field intensity at that point. Suppose that I have drawn an electric field lines, this is the region of electric field and these are the lines showing here. So I have taken 2 points A and point B. At point A, around point A I have taken a unit area, unit cross sectional area, and at point B I have also taken a unit cross sectional area. If we can count, the number of lines passing through this area is 3, but at point B, around the point B in this area, the line passing through this area is 2. So the intensity at this point is maximum and intensity at this point is minimum. We can take another point A here. If I draw a unit area around this and only one line is passing, so relatively A, B and C, the intensity goes on decreasing. One more thing you have to remember, the number density of lines per unit area at a point is called electric flux density, and that is also called electric field intensity E. Flux density, electric flux density, that is again E. It represents the magnitude of the electric field intensity at that point. Fifth property of electric field lines is electric field lines are always perpendicular to the surface of charged body. That is, either the electric field lines are generating from a body or terminating at a body, it will be entering or ejecting from that body normally from the surface. Suppose that here it is a positive, so lines must be ejecting, so it must be ejecting in this direction. But from this point the electric field lines must be ejecting in this direction. Now they will intersect each other. To avoid that, we have to move this line like this, Similarly, at this point the electric field lines must be normal in this direction. Here we can eject few more lines, but if it will be drawn in this again intersecting, so to avoid that, it have to be ejecting normally, but after that it will be moving in like that, so that they do not intersect each other. The sixth property, electric field lines do not exist inside a conductor. There are some reasons why they do not exist inside a conductor. Suppose that we have a conductor like this. So when it is placed in an electric field, it must be entering or ejecting, but it doesn't appear here. Actually there are electric field lines, but due to induction, some charges, negative charges and positive charges appear on opposite side, that produces electric field lines opposite to that. So these two lines cancel out each other, and we can say that there is no net electric field inside a conductor, so electric field lines must be vanishing inside. Number of electric, for this conductor, the number of electric field lines present inside along the applied will be equal to the induced electric field lines opposite to that applied electric field lines. So they may be cancelling out each other, and the net electric field lines inside will be 0, or electric field inside a conductor will be 0. Seventh property of electric field lines. Electric field lines do not form closed loop. Magnetic field lines, they form closed loop, because magnetic field lines, outside a magnet it moves from north to south, but inside it is south to north, and they can form the closed loop. But electric field lines cannot form closed loop, because we know that positive charge always eject lines. So suppose that I have taken a negative charge here, it will be always ejecting the positive charge, and that will be terminating at negative charge. But taking this to form a closed loop, it is wrong. So this is not going to form a closed loop. So next property, electric field lines exert lateral pressure on each other, but they do not contract longitudinally. To understand this, let us draw something. Suppose that these are the two plates. One is positively charged and another is negatively charged. So the lines will be acting from it and terminating at this. So suppose that this line is acted, but when this line moves in this direction, this line exerts some pressure, so it moves little bulged outward, and this will be for all. So you can see the electric field lines has pushed them apart from each other. So this pressure they exert is called lateral pressure. But we can see that these lines again they contract at that terminating point or contracted at the initial point from where they have generated. So this is called longitudinal contraction, and this expansion that these two lines have separated each other or pushed apart from each other, this is called lateral pressure exerted. Now we are going to discuss how to represent electric field lines, since the concept of electric field lines has been introduced to visualize the electric fields. So how can we visualize different kind of electric fields? First of all, uniform field on the plane of paper. Uniform field means the field at every point must be same. So on the plane of paper, that can be drawn or can be represented with parallel lines. How this is representing a uniform field? As I have discussed in property earlier, that if I can draw a unit area around a point, the number of lines passing from each area is 1, therefore the field at every point will be same. Now non-uniform field, uniform field into the plane of paper. Into the plane of paper, in that case we have to represent the field like this with equidistant crosses. This cross represents the back portion of the arrow. You know, arrow has a feather in its back, and if it is going inward, you will be able to see that feathers crossing each other, the two feathers crossing each other. And uniform field out of the plane of paper, so the lines is coming out, that means the arrow is coming out of the plane of paper, so it can be represented by using equidistant point. This is the tip of the arrow. These are the tips of the arrow, but to represent it is uniform, they must be equidistant from each other. Another, the third one, how can we represent non-uniform field? So in case of non-uniform field, these lines must not be parallel. So if I have drawn like this is representing a non-uniform field. This is for non-uniform field. Similarly, non-uniform field into the plane of paper, just put that crosses at different distances. So they are representing non-uniform field. Similarly, non-uniform out of the plane of paper, scattered ray. You can see these lines are not equidistant, or these lines are not parallel to each other, therefore they are representing non-uniform fields. Thank you.